What's up, everybody? Dog1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys, check this out, man. Let me talk to you real quick. So, PlayStation Spartacus. Not exactly sure what Sony plans to do with this. Not exactly sure what the tiers are going to look like. But what I do know is that I am a fan of gaming services. If you are the type that only likes to buy your games and you don't believe that gamers that rent games are gamers, that's perfectly fine. Respect your opinion, then this video is not for you. You might as well go ahead and click off. You might as well, okay? If you're still here, that means you want to hear the opinion. Huge fan of Game Pass. I am a huge advocate for Game Pass. It is by far the best value in gaming. Sony, so much so that it actually benefited Sony because I subscribed to PS Now after I saw how much I liked Game Pass. And I gave PS Now another shot because I subscribed to PS Now a while back when the streaming wasn't that good. And I can admit it wasn't that good before. Now the streaming is decent. Like if I stream something on the PC, my PS Now, I got really good internet here. But yes, it's pretty decent. Okay. And PS Now does have more games than Game Pass. That's just a fact. Now, does it have better games than Game Pass? And that's debatable. But it does have more games than Game Pass. PS Now actually has more downloadable games than Game Pass. Believe it or not, it sure does. Are they better than Game Pass games? And the other thing is, they don't do day and date. But here's the deal with Spartacus. I said in the beginning of the year that I'm going to go ahead and be a lot more faithful to my fitness, right? And I'm going to be faithful to my money. I mentioned those two things. Or be a good steward to your money, right? Is that what the Bible says? Be a good steward? Yeah. Anyways, so those things, okay? I'm doing pretty good so far. And I unsubscribed to PS Now and I unsubscribed to Stadia Pro because I figured if I'm going to subscribe to something, it's going to be those services that I'm actually actively using. PlayStation, Sony may have the possibility of getting me back on board, depending as to what this tier looks like, depending as to what Spartacus actually is. If it's just what a lot of Sony fans are saying, that it's just a rebranding, meaning it's just PS Plus and PS Now just merged together and they're just calling it something different, then I don't want it. Because I already have PS Plus, right? And I have PS Now until May, I think it's like May 6th or something. And then that's when my auto renewal, I've canceled it, so I was not going to auto renew. If it's exactly the same thing, except that they just merged together, then I don't want it. So what would Sony have to do for me to want to subscribe? There's a few things that I was thinking about, and this is what it comes down to, okay? Yes, I'm comparing it to Game Pass. Yes, I am. Because that's the standard right now for subscription services. Like how would I not? So here's the deal. It cannot be more than $15 a month. This is why. I pay for Game Pass Ultimate and it allows me to play those games on my Xbox. And it also allows me to download those games. Again, download those games on my PC. That's a huge advantage. I could also stream them from my Xbox if I want to, or I could stream them from my PC, or I could stream them from a phone, right? Okay, perfect. But the fact that unless Sony is going to allow me to download every single game on PS Now or on the Spartacus thing on my PC, then you cannot charge the same $15 a month. Here's another reason why you cannot charge $15 a month unless you do this as well. If you're not going to drop games day and date, you cannot charge $15 a month. Don't do it, Sony. Don't do it. But you know what would be enticing? If you say something like, games won't be day and date on the subscription service, but let's say 6 months from now, you know that the game is going to come to the subscription service. Or let's say a year from now, you know that the game is going to come to the subscription service. Okay, now we're talking. So someone that maybe they didn't want to buy Returnal, just has to wait a year, and eventually you'll be able to play Returnal. That's kind of dope. Here's another thing that has to happen, right? If you have, like my son who had an Xbox One S and he had Game Pass on it, right? Because we shared the Game Pass, right? When he upgraded to the Xbox Series S, automatically all those games in that library were playing to the Series S's level. Okay? They were already playing to the Series S's level. So the games that could be upscaled were upscaled, all that other stuff, right? Okay, perfect. The ones that had FPS boost got FPS boost, perfect, free of charge, right? Okay. Sony has to do the same thing with this Spartacus service. If I have Spartacus on my PlayStation 4 Pro, when I go ahead and update to a PS5, those games better automatically update. It better not be an extra $10 charge so I can play the PS5 version of that game. Now I get it. If I download it while I have the PS4, then yeah, give me the PS4 version of Spider-Man. But once I have the PS5, let me get the PS5 version of Spider-Man. Here's another thing that has to happen. All old games that are exclusive should be on this service. So why isn't Spider-Man on PS Now right now? Why is it not? I don't know. But should be on there. Okay? So with all that being said, the way this is going to create a true value is by price. What is the price of this Spartacus thing? So for me, again, it can't be more than Game Pass Ultimate if it's not going to give the same amount of content and value as Game Pass Ultimate. It just can't. It just can't. So let's see. So for all of you out there that are anti-subscription services, let me know, what does Sony have to do to even get you to even look at something like this? Let me know. I'm interested in your opinion. And I'm also interested in the opinion of those Sony fans that talked about how you don't buy a next-gen console to play old games, or kept making fun of Xbox gamers for playing old games, because regardless, this Spartacus service thing is going to be full of old games. And I've been trying to tell y'all, old games are perfectly fine, especially the way Microsoft is doing it, where they're FPS boosting some of these games, a lot of these games, and making them look better and run better. There's a lot of games that you and I haven't played, so it'd be nice to go back and be able to play them. Dark1985, there's levels to this. Keep the same energy. If you spoke trash about Game Pass before, why are you excited about this? And if you're not excited, I want to hear it as well. We out. Peace.